Hey, Chip here, no garage. What's going on, guys? There's an ant running around on my camera. Get off there. Anyway, uh, this is a, and I've told you about it already. 2003 Blazer, Chevy Blazer, LE, LS, LS. Not an LS motor. Don't get excited. It's a Vortec V6. Um. Anyway, I didn't film getting it running or getting it off the trailer or fixing the tire on the trailer or nothing to do with any of that. But essentially what had happened is me and my son, because this car is for my son, we, mostly him, but we dropped the fuel tank on it, changed fuel pump, had to clean out the tank because over 10 years worth of gas, but probably half full, roughly, was just varnish. So that had to get cleaned out. It took a little bit to get it started and running because of varnish in the lines and everything. We do have new fuel filter for it. That'll get changed soon enough. But once we got it running, a problem was discovered. Once the engine warmed up, it got hot and it kept getting hot. So I suspect that sitting all them years created some rust and other things that I'm about to show you. So the first thing I did was pull the radiator cap, and you can see down there there's nothing. And look at this rust. So yeah, that's a problem. So what we did, what my son did, he also put brand new tires all the way around it, because the tires that were on it were junk, just straight junk. And so set that down. We got a new water pump, brand new radiator, and it's all going to go in here. Once we get the radiator out, I'll probably pull the hoses, the heating hoses off, and try and flush that, flush the motor, and then try and get as much of the rust out of there as we can. Hopefully it's not bad. We'll see when we get this water pump off. I've done a water pump on white trash. It's the same motor, same water pump, so let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I did was try and drain this thing. Let me point you more towards me and my pretty face. There was a cover over the bottom, kind of like a brush guard, but it's plastic. I don't know what it's protecting. And I seen that the oil filter is actually relocated below the radiator. But I know this has oil cooler in the radiator tank here, transmission cooler here. Before I go any farther, what I should do is check out this radiator. Come on. All right, so here's the new radiator. I love how they got it in like a plastic wrap. New fittings for here, 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 here. I think these are the oil side. Yeah, this is the oil cooler, trans cooler. Return, which means the cap goes there. Top hose, bottom hose. It looks right. Now, what I have heard is these don't have the rubbers for the feet or the top. So I'm going to have to take those off this radiator. Not a problem. Radiator's there. It's ready. Let's start tearing this radiator apart. Instead of having a clamp on here, they got a zip tie, which is not wanting to cut. So that's awesome. I already tore the bolts off this. What do we got here? A screwdriver. I don't even know what that is. Service port or something. Now, when I had the car running, I found out the AC works. I need to be careful not to do anything to those lines. Radiators can be fairly simple to get out. I've got oil in an oil filter. Man, there's a lot of cobwebs in here from this thing. Oh, the rubber stayed in the top. That's good. I forgot to buy a radiator cap. That's fine. We'll survive. So let's get this radiator out. You know, people don't like these clamps. I do. These squeeze clamps. But wow, that came off pretty easy. All right. Oil cooler. Hopefully I got big enough wrench for those. I don't know. No. I really don't know. Huh. One Chinese fits all. Which may not fit all. Did I get it? Oh shit, I did. I didn't know if I stripped it or if I got it out. All right. You are right in the damn way. So are these lines. What a dumb place to run these. All right. That's all I got left is that one line. And this radiator is out. But I can't do it with the stupid bottom half of this fan shroud in my way. And I can't get that off. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be defeated by a fan shroud. Okay, let's try this again. So what I'm doing here is getting this fan off. Hopefully this will go as simple as I think it will, which means it won't. So I got a crescent wrench on there. Good smack. Nope, it didn't. It didn't. It's supposed to be. It's turning everything. Okay. All right. Finally got that fan out. And, yeah. Hold on. Wire's in my way. What I did was I removed 3 of these bolts. So I had more room to bite onto the nut. And I sprayed. I have some of this from work. So it frees off. It's pretty good. I just beat the shit out of it with a hammer. And it finally broke loose. It was rusted on there is what it was. I mean, the threads look good. They don't look rusty. But I'll be honest. I mean, it's not bad, I guess. Would I prefer to have a new clutch for that? Yes, I would. All right, let's finish getting the radiator out. What do we got? Oh, yeah. See, here's what I'm battling right now. Transmission line right there. Once I get that transmission line out, radiator can come out. So let's get you on a pole here. Now that I have room, will this 18 fit on there? No, of course not. They need a ratcheting open end wrench. Someone invent that, please. There we go. All right, you're loose. Okay. Borrow the rag from here. All right. Here we go with the big mess. Oh yeah, here comes the big mess. Come on, what are you caught on? There we go. That's water. Rusty, rusty water. And if you look down in here, you see the corrosion and stuff. That's why we're replacing the radiator. Next is the water pump. And the reason I'm doing the water pump, I don't know that it's bad. Maybe it's not, but it's got rust in it. This car sat for 10 years. You guys never got to meet Clifford, which is my 1999 Ford Ranger, red one. Nice little truck, 4-wheel drive. Sat for 7 years when I bought it. I don't know why they parked it. Fired up and ran right away. Sorry about the light. But it blew the head gasket. About 6 months into me driving it. Changed the head gasket, all was good. And about 6 months later, it blew another one. I was like, what the hell? And when it blew the head gasket the first time, I bought 2 brand new heads. Oh no, it was a year later. Because the heads were still under warranty. So when I changed them the second time, I also got brand new heads. I thought, okay, that'll fix it. When I went to fill up the cooling system after the second time, ants on me. Problem living in the country and trying to work on shit outside because I don't have a garage. Anyway, went to fill up the cooling system and coolant started coming out of the weep hole in the water pump. Well, I've never taken the water pump off changing the heads. So, ran to the auto parts store real quick, got a water pump for it. They had one in stock at AutoZone. Ran back. I was doing this at Robert's house. Pulled the water pump off really quick and found a blade, not an impeller. The water pump has an impeller on the inside where, let's see if I can show you with this one. Oh, no, it's covered up. It's got a cover on the back so you can't see. All right, well, there goes that idea. Anyway, there's an impeller. Basically, it's a disc with bent metal, it's bent over, and it's made to push water. Well, mine wasn't an impeller anymore. It was just a flat disc, so it wasn't pumping any water. And what had happened was the rust ate away the impeller. And I think the second head gasket going, it warped the block. It did something to the block, because a year after that, I mean, it was great for a long time. And I noticed after the first time I changed the head gaskets that it would still overheat. I could control it, but it would still overheat if it idled too long or something. And then it finally just let go. But after I changed it that time and changed the water pump, oh man, and I went through and flushed everything. But I think at that point the block was damaged from overheating. So it blew a third time, and that's when I gave up on it. I sent it on to someone else, let them know it needed a new motor, told them it's got brand new heads on it. I blew the head gasket. I'm sure the one head is bad. It still ran. I was able to drive it up on the trailer, take it to his house, drive it off the trailer. And I sold it really cheap, so he was real happy. He went and had pulled a motor from a junkyard and had it completely rebuilt and gone through, and he's a happy camper. He's got about $800 into that motor, or $1,000, something like that, plus the $500 for the truck. He got a really good 4-wheel drive truck. It was a regular cab Ranger with a long bed on it, in perfect condition. I mean, it had bumps and scrapes. It was a truck. By perfect, I mean you could crawl under it and it still had all the factory paint. I bought it off the original owner, who never went anywhere except for a Ford dealership, to get the oil changed. And it was always synthetic from the day it was born. When he got the truck for its first oil change, he switched to synthetic, and for 20 years before I got it, that's all it ever had. Anyway, radiator's out. Now it's time to work on the rest of it. I'm done for the day, so I'll be back tomorrow. See you then. All right. We need to take a short break from the Blazer. It is the next day, because my wife's car is broke. So here's the issue. See if we can get in here. It'll pop up. Here we go. Park brake. Limited function, blah, blah, blah. And let me show you what is the common reason for that. I've already did a little fix on it. So that I could get her on the road. Common issue is right here. This wire I'm pulling out. This wire, little pigtail, it goes down to the parking brake actuator, which is this. The wire will break in there, and I've kind of got it fixed up. Hold on, let me pull it apart. Anyway, the wire breaks. And I put in a little jumper here just to get the wire back together, get rid of the error codes, and get her back on the road so she could work while my new part came in. The trouble code on this is usually a U. I believe it started with a U2007, which is the right side, and then a U2008, or is it a C? Might be a C. Might start with a C. Anyway, 2007 is the right side, 2008 is the left side, and then you just go to, I went to University Ford up in Michigan through their website and grabbed this part number, which is the same for both sides, and what was it? I think I had $35. That's shipping included. I ordered this on Monday. Today is Thursday. And here it is. And it's OEM Ford part right from a Ford dealer. Get this opened up. Yeah, it's already got the pins. It's got all your little clips that you use in the right spots for connecting it all back together. So let's see. I use zip ties to hold it all together, but yeah, clip that into place. It even comes with the little things there. Comes with everything to hold everything together like it's supposed to. Let me get this plugged in down here. Down here somewhere. There it is. There we go. That's the right way? I don't know, I can't feel it. Maybe that's the right way. I'm doing this by feel. So, where's the hole? There it is. Clip that into place. I'm guessing there's supposed to be somewhere for this. Maybe here? Yep. So yeah, there you go. All fixed up. Repair done. It's that simple. So, when I researched it on YouTube, they're yelling at the dogs. When I researched it on YouTube, everything was pointing at a broken wire. And sure as heck, this is a 2016 Ford Edge. Sure as heck, I just for the hell of it, I opened the wiring up and there was a broken wire. So just splice a wire back in there to keep them going with no errors, and until you can get your new part in. When I looked at AutoZone, they didn't even list this part. I looked on Amazon. It was $40 for a Chinese aftermarket. I went to Varsity Ford. I live in South Carolina. I went to Varsity Ford, which is in Ann Arbor, Michigan, on their website. They had it for $25 plus shipping. Roughly, well, the shipping was actually about $7 and some change. A couple days later, I got my part. Take the old one off that I had all cobbled together, and Bub's your uncle. The fix was that easy. It took longer to take these wheels off because of the stupid chrome caps on a lug nut. Oh, hate those. So I think I'm going to get a new belt for this just because how old this one is. It'd be smart to just replace the belt. So I need a belt, radiator cap, and something else. What else was I needing? A belt, a radiator cap. Wow, I gotta get you guys in here. Let me get this. Oops, other way. Let me get this pulley off here. Oh, air filter. I need an air filter. Put these back in here so we don't lose them. Now that my dogs are outside, I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot of that. Oh, hush. Look how rusted this is. This will be fun to take off. That bottom hose. Get you back in here. We're gonna spray. Pull these hoses off here. This one's gonna have to come off. I don't know. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. So many cobwebs. So much rust in this thing. Get all the way there. That sounds good. What amazed me was the AC works. Sitting for 10 years or more, and the AC was cold. Even after the car warmed up. That kind of amazed me. So, next is, oh, I should spray this down too for the thermostat housing. So now, 13 millimeter bolts. No? Really? That seems a bit big. There's 14 millimeter. Fucking GM, man. Oh, that was so loose. That should not have come apart that easy. It came apart easy. A little too easy, if you ask me. There's one. There's that bolt. And one more. There's that one. And they're all the same, which is nice. This should just be... Oh! Ooh! Alright. Push that a little too hard. Oh, yeah. That would have let go. See all that rust back here? That would have been bad. So let's get this hose off here. So that's the junk water pump. Add that to my junk water pump pile over here. Let's get this. Wow. That was super loose too. There goes all the water. Good thing I got a catch pan down there. Honest, I do. Okay, those are the same as well. Alright, thermostat. Oh, that crud on the top of that thermostat right there. Just trash. Alright. That's all apart. Everything's a part that I need apart. Now I just need to clean up a couple of connections. And I think what I want to do, to be honest, I'm thinking about putting the old radiator back in and hooking up these lines. And then driving this up on the trailer. Because I should be able to drive it up on the trailer. It won't be running that long. Take it over to my son's house, who's got city water. And the reason I'm thinking about putting in the old radiator is because I don't want to run... I'm going to be doing an oil change on this thing. So I don't want to run new oil through... or old oil through the oil cooler side of the radiator. But anyway, run this to my son's house while I've got these lines disconnected. I can flush out the heater core, flush out the motor. It should be fine to run for a couple of minutes while it's going up on the trailer. Let me prepare for that little endeavor. I'll be right back. All right, I put the old radiator back in. this and just kind of scoot it right there so it's not in trouble. I need to put this stuff somewhere where it's not gonna get damaged. I'm not worried about hoses because there's no water pump. And then I need to clean up this mess and pull the trailer over. So yeah, get all this cleaned up, pull the trailer over here, and then load this up on the trailer. I'm not going to take it tonight to my kid's place. Got to work tomorrow, so it's going to be a couple days. So yeah, we'll catch you then.
You do have room, come forward.
All right, move those straps. Well, it's another day. I was heading to my garage away from home, Robert's house, to use his city water to flush my cooling system out on the motor. And well, decided I needed to stop at Walmart because I didn't know if Robert had enough hose. So I figured out, you know, supply the hose. Here we are at Walmart. Here comes my savior right now. In Tigger. Oh, it's my son. He come to bring me my jack. Anyway, so got my jack, impact. So now I can take the flat side of the tire, put it on the top, and I should be good. Fit. You bitch. No way. I think this is the wrong size tire or rim. It came off this trailer. It absolutely is. This is a smaller bolt pattern. What the hell? Really? No way. Okay. So this is halfway. It's roughly a 3-inch. This is the tire is bad. It's come on. Today, 3-inch. Not 3-inch. This is 2 3/4. Shit. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. That is hard to do one-handed. This is hard to see. God, 2 3/4. So that rim would fit here. Why is that one? That hub's been changed. It has to have been. Fuck. I just checked the other side. They're all 2 3/4. This one is 3-inch. This has been changed. You gotta be kidding me. The one that goes flat is the one I can't change. Welcome to my life. Well, thankfully, because of my wife being a manager for Walmart, She knows the manager's here. I'll get permission to leave the trailer here. Yeah, I tried to put just to line up one lug nut, and you can't. It's just, there's not enough room. They're too spread out. So, damn. Anyway, all right. Guess it's gonna be another day before I finish this. I was hoping to have it done to put out tomorrow or Tuesday. Today's Sunday. Upload tomorrow. Guess it's got to come next week. I guess till tomorrow. See ya. All right. It's another day. The next day, actually. I went and I took that flat tire, which is on. Got it on. And cinder block while I'm here. Anyway, I took it and was just gonna get my good tire put on it, and I kind of wish that's what I would have done now, because I made a discovery. Alright, first of all, yesterday I told you how to do this wrong. You're not measuring from here to here, you're measuring from here to here. This rim is the odd size, which used to be right here. Anyway, I took this tire off, so it's got a crack right here. And I was gonna put this tire on, my new one. That's not happening. Work cut out for me with this. That's that whole hub. Okay. Okay. I forgot to pick up the camera while I was flushing. Imagine a hose, a garden hose, spraying water into a heater hose and pushing water through water pump ports and pushing water through the thermostat port. That's what I did. Anyway, time to get it home, get it back off the trailer. I had to disconnect. Like I say, I'm at Robert's house using his city water. I had to disconnect. Robert wasn't here and his kid needed a ride to work, so I gave him a ride to work. And then when I got back, Robert was here, who had never seen this trailer before or this car. So, I mean, he suspected it was mine. But when I left it at Walmart, it was near his car because that's where he works. It was near his car. And he didn't know whose it is. He just was like, oh, hey, someone has a flat, left their trailer here overnight. Then he gets home today because he showed up while I was gone. Gets home today and that same car and trailer is sitting in his driveway. Anyway, all right, it's gonna be another day before I do anything with this. So, and yes, I know it seems like I'm always wearing the same shirt. It's because I have a gazillion of these shirts for work. Yeah, this is a lot longer project than I anticipated. All right, it's another day. To be honest, this video has been a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks in the making. Just because work, man. I only get an hour here, 2 hours there. Then I had issues with my trailer. Had to work on my wife's car. Oh, it's. But I got 2 hours of daylight left. So what I'm gonna do, pull this radiator back out, and then it's time to clean up old gaskets. Try and find my silicone. And put everything back together. So let's see what I can get done. Maybe I'll be able to drive this to work tomorrow. I doubt it. Probably Saturday. Cause yeah, I gotta work Saturday too. Here we go. Well, that was quick. I don't have any silicone sealant for the water pump and the thermostat. Okay, gotta run to the store. Be right back. Alright, I'm back from the store. And I got I got silicone. I don't know if it's the right stuff. I never know if it's the right stuff. So let's get back to putting this car together. Setbacks. This. I don't know how well you can see inside there. You can't, because I can't find the right light. Anyway, take my word for it. It is just all the way through. It is just rotted. So I got to get another one. So another setback. Hopefully Amazon can get me one pretty soon. Please don't be a 3-week job. I was really looking forward to it because I got that water pump in, and the inside of the where the thermostat goes, the inside looks great. It really does. I don't know how well you can see down in there, but there's no rust. Of course, well, that's aluminum. So This can be a long video. I got to order the part, so I'll be back when it gets here. Okay, it's been a few days. We've had a lot of rain. I was hoping to have this video yesterday. Today's Wednesday. I always put my videos out on a Tuesday. But over the weekend, actually for like the last 5 days in a row, we have had just tons of rain. And then last week I worked a lot. I hate working outside because of the mosquitoes. Last week I did about 60 hours at work, so it was just hectic. This week not so much, but with all the weather. So where are we? We are, water pump is on, hooked up. The thermostat housing. Ooh, hold on. Okay. Thermostat housing was pretty rusted up. I don't even know where. Oh, here it is. Oh, well, you can see that, but go away, mosquito. I need bug spray. But that was pretty rusted. Yeah. So I got a new one. During time off, which would go right there. So I'm gonna get the hose hooked up to that, get it rerouted. I'm gonna get I gotta get the pulley on here at least started. I'm probably not gonna be able to tighten it down until I've got things. Water pump is an AC Delco. I did go with, I don't know if you can see that down there. I did go with OEM. And I put some water in it once the radiator's in. Put some water in it, fire it up, and find out if it's going to keep working right. So I'm going to throw you up on the tripod and put you in super duper fast mode and get this work done. So I made an interesting little discovery that I did not know was a thing. You have these little clips that hold the lines to this. That's going to make life easy. So I can get these in here tightened down. I got to find my Teflon tape for this side. This side has rubber seals. I already tightened them down. But the oil cooler side has O-rings on it. And this is the transmission cooler side that had Teflon tape on it. So I'm going to locate my Teflon tape, put that on there, get these put together, and we'll get back to it. Okay, found my Teflon tape. Got these things installed. This one scares me. That's got a petcock. I was told there wasn't one. And I'm missing a rubber seal. Or rubber foot. Crap. Alright. I'm gonna try and find this rubber foot that the radiator sits in. And then next thing you know, I'm gonna be going super speed again. Be right back. And being beat up by a bottom radiator hose or bottom radiator shroud. I better move these little clips before I end up losing them, because I will. You know, I fought this thing to get it out. Could not get it out. And now I'm fighting it to put it back in while I'm being attacked by every known possible insect. I don't know what's going to happen when I get rich and famous on YouTube. Get off there. Get in the fucking garage. Alright. Alright. Radiator's in, fully hooked up. Got the top or bottom radiator hose hooked up. I finally got that shroud to clip in. Well, looks like it's going to be a few more days. I busted off a thermostat housing bolt. And I'm not really sure how, if I'm honest. Fuck my life. I don't know if you can tell, but it is not broken off flush. There's not even enough thread there for me to catch. Well, I mean, obviously there's not enough thread for me to catch because I was trying to tighten it. I have no clue what happened. Cover that hole up. Because apparently I'm going to have to drill it. With what? I don't know. It shouldn't be that tight in there. I have a set of extraction things that I've used before, but it wasn't that far down. Let me see what I got. I gotta change this battery anyway. Alright. Fresh battery. I'm here to tell you I have only extracted one bolt in my life. In my life. It's another day. And white trash has been sitting here so long that I just seen a hornet go inside here. So now, does Super Clean kill hornets? I don't know. Let's find out. Alright, I forgot to have my mic on for that because it's over here attached to my tailgate. I'll be right back. Alright, this video has quite literally been weeks in the making. And I was almost done when a couple days ago I had an issue with stripping out a bolt. Actually, no, I broke a bolt. That's what it was. I broke a bolt. So I went and bought some bits. So I'm gonna get set up to, yeah, just a friendly reminder. I'm sure you've seen it just a couple minutes ago. I broke the bolt off down in there. But what's going on here is, I know you can't see it, but down in there, there's nothing under it. And dumb me, because, you know, I'm not a mechanic, I don't claim to be. I didn't center punch it before I started drilling. So, I'm just going to drill straight through. I'll drill straight through. There's nothing underneath that I'm going to hit. It will come out the other end, and I'll be able to put a bolt, a nut and bolt on it, and call it a day. And that'll fix that problem. So, let me get to drilling. First things first, went to Harbor Freight and picked me up a drill bit set, a Hercules drill bit set. And I bought ones that'll work in my quarter drive, or whatever it's called, my quarter thing. We were trying to figure out, me and the salesman, or whatever he is, we were trying to figure out why this one was $10 more than another pack that had the same amount of drill bits. Well, it's because these are intended for a quarter drive. Quarter impact, quarter, whatever how you call it. I don't know what you call it. Something. Anyway, let me find a good one for this. Probably that one, and then I'll ream it out. Actually, let's go smaller. And then I can ream it out. And I was told, because I don't know, I'm not experienced with this stuff, that it'll heat up. So what I'm going to do, douse it in WD-40. Ooh, that's digging too. Okay, so here's what I did. I went and stole a transmission bolt, or a bell housing bolt, out of my 1966 Mustang engine but this is too long. So, for now, it's the only bolt I've got. So I'm gonna have to find a bunch of washers, which I might have, I don't know. So let's find out what I have to be honest. Oh, good first guess. Clean these threads up. I give up. I really give up. What the fuck? What the fuck? Get me. I was being attacked by a spider. I think I still am too. Yeah. Well, at least that one I can get out. I know I can get that one out. I am dripping frickin' sweat. It is so humid here today. We've had a lot of rain. It is just stinking humid. Come on. What the hell? Oh, come on. You can't be serious. Oh, it's not turning. I don't know where my vice grips are. I don't even know if I have vice grips. Oh my God. I don't even know if I own. You know what? I'm done. This project's done. That's not vice grips. I seriously do not have a pair of vice grips. Oh, come on. Alright. Thanks for watching. Bye. Alright. It's another day. Actually, another week. Possibly another month on this car. Or the Blazer. So, where I left off was I broke that bolt and I broke that bolt. I drilled this one, but it's bigger. Didn't drill that one because the nut came out of it, but I do need to run a tap down through it. I thought the bolt came out of it. What the heck? Yeah, anyway, I need to clean it. So I went and picked up this. I have a tap and die set, but this one's bigger and hopefully will work better. Let me get it opened up. So, to be brutally honest, it's been, I don't know, a couple months since I've worked on this car. Since the last time I recorded for it. But I've just been, come on, give me some light. I need to put a light on here. I've just been super frustrated with it. So now I need, I think, can't read none of this. That's an 8, 10, 10, 1.5, I think, for this one. No? Yeah. Yep. And it's a little crooked, but that's fine. I don't care. So I'm gonna work on that. The other one I think is an M8 1.25, I believe. Could be wrong. I probably am wrong, because that don't seem to want to go in there. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Now the problem I'm gonna have is running that down. So probably use this. But I got no real good way to do this. So let me get this figured out. Be right back. Now, do they actually make one of these that will go on the end of a socket so you can use a ratchet? That'd be nice. Hope I remember how all this goes back together. This is all I gotta do. All I was trying to do is change the thermostat. And then I found this was rusted. So the other one, this is a new one. And then I broke the bolts. And this one here was so far, it broke way down in, so I had to drill it. And I drilled it too big. So these are going to be different sizes. So I'm going to have to run into town. I got this local hardware store where the guy, he's kind of an old guy. Kind of a really old guy. But all I got to do is tell him I need an M8 1.25 and an M10 1.5. What length, and that man will walk to his stuff and get it for me. All right, let me finish running these taps and cleaning out these holes, and then I'm gonna run to town, get new bolts, and hopefully get this put together, start putting some fluids in it. Still got to put the fan back in, because I did, well, I'm acting like you guys didn't see this stuff just a few minutes ago. A couple months for me, I swear. I gotta get this thing running, get it out of here. I mean, it's literally, look, brand new tires all the way around. These tires are 3 months old and don't have a mile on them. So, yeah, I'm procrastinating. Let me get this done. Be right back. All right. I've got it in there, but I'm worried about this bolt here. I think I should have put a washer on it. Yeah, because it's not seated all the way. So, I think I need to come up with a washer. Yeah, give me a second. All right, I just happen to have a couple of washers that were intended for my For mounting my oh, what the hell is that called? Winch to the trailer. But they will work for this, I think. I'm not sure. Yes, good deal. That's about all I need to get this to seat. Lovely. There we go. Okay. That's done. Let me grab something. Okay. Time to start time lapsing, putting this back together. All right, quick update. Whew. This is back together. Nice solid. Had to put a couple washers in there because I didn't drill that deep enough. That's fine. Everything here is fine. I lost the nut to this right here, but should be okay. Belts on, fans on, batteries in because I had to put the battery in to open the tailgate. Now I just need to do the top fan shroud and the air box. And get all that electrical hook back up. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get it. Let me get this all done. Fire this thing up. Make sure it's still running right. And then start filling up all the fluids, and I'm changing the oil, and we're close. Finally. Be right back. All right. Back together. Everything's in. I put a brand new air filter in it. This is all together, belts on, thanks to that. Fan shroud is mostly tight. I guess it could have been a little bit tighter. Jeez. That was tight. There, that was tight. Now, moment of truth. Spare parts. I don't know where this went. If you know what that is, do tell. Because I don't. I assumed it went here on that bolt there, because I can't find the nut for that. Actually, it might be. Let me see. Seat dry? Good. Oh God, it is so hot in here. smells like death. Oh, it's gonna be a job just cleaning this up. All right, okay. Let's see if she runs. Okay. Which key? These ones had the ignition switch changed. It actually runs really good. Everything seems to be all right. That bolt flies into something. It runs good. Runs really good. Idle's kind of rough, but I'm sure it's still got some varnish going through the fuel lines. I do have somewhere here. What's this? That's the oil filter. And yes, I bought a Fram oil filter because Walmart, which is where I bought it, because my wife works there, I get a good discount. We're all out of AC Delco, but I do have to put this in. That will come. For now, those yellow jugs, it's time for those to go in and see if this thing stays cool. That's what this has been all about. Because when we first got it running, it overheated. So let's stop it from overheating. All right, got everything back together. I guess I can add more antifreeze. Spill this everywhere, because that's how you do. Wow. Whoops. Okay. Nice pretty green. Spill the rest. All right. Well, fire it up, let it run, see what it does. I just threw 5 gallons of gas in it, because anything's showing up on the gauge, which makes me wonder if the gauge works, because we had 3 gallons of gas in it already. Oh yeah, cool. Gas gauge works. All right, all the lights are on, brake lights on, seatbelt, airbag, ABS, but no check engine light. That's a good thing. 207,000 miles on it. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Oh yeah, cold AC. Push button 4-wheel drive. I don't know if that works. I'll play with the stereo later. Getting a little bit of a rough idle. I think I need to take this thing for a spin, but I want to see what that temperature does first. Good oil pressure, good voltage. See, the oil pressure is the bottom one's way up. Voltage is where it should be. Yeah, and I think the seatbelt light will go away once, you know. I don't know about the airbag. I'm not sure what's going on there. What's this remote for? Ain't for this. Unless it's got a dead battery. What else we got in here while we're at it? Oh, okay, that's not as cold as I thought it was. Nothing but some ibuprofen. It's not bad. I mean, I paid $700 for it. My kid's gonna be buying it from me. I paid $700 for it. He put brand new tires all the way around. New fuel pump. He's got the stuff for the oil change. Temperature's starting to go up, so let's see what happens. Everything works on it. Suck down in there. AC's on. That's working. So, that's what the temperature does. And we're going to take it for a test drive. I'll be right back. Well, other than this thing telling me in no uncertain terms that it needs a belt. I'm sure you can hear it. I don't know if you can or not. Or it needs a pulley, one of the two. I don't know. Probably should have oiled everything. Anyway, it's been sitting here running for almost a half hour. It hasn't gone no higher than that. So, I think it's safe to take it for a test drive. Let's put the first mile on these tires.